What's going on, everybody? Time for another story. It's a little bit different, but still kind of same theme. Before I get this video started, I want to say that I'm gonna do a Q&A. So if you have any questions that you want answered, be sure you write them on the comments below or in any of the comments on any of my social media, and I'll see them. I'm gonna try and pull from all of them. And then t-shirts are on sale still. I know it says that there's a certain amount of campaigns and stuff like that, but they're all linked down below. If you tried last time, you couldn't get a size, they should be in the sizes now because American Apparel's going out of business, so we had to switch to another premium brand, but supposedly it's exactly the same. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna talk about my first gay club experience, which is actually my first club experience ever. I don't think I had ever been to a club before I went to a gay club. So it was actually when I was 18. Unlike most people, I waited until I was legal to get into the club on an 18 and up night. It was an old gay club in Memphis, Tennessee called Backstreet, which is like 2 hours away from my hometown. So like one of my really good friends, like right after my birthday was like, hey, we should take you to your first gay club. It was like right after graduating high school. Man, I was nervous. And she and I were gonna go and we were gonna see what the hype was all about. So I drove us 2 hours all the way over to the gay club, and we get there and it's like kind of in this back alleyway. It's kind of dark. I'm like looking around to see if any of the guys are like cute walking in, that kind of thing, because I mean I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if people were gonna be like, you know, I had seen like some of the TV and like culture around gay clubs, so I was like, is there gonna be like a foam party? Like, what is this gonna be like? Obviously, okay, it wasn't, but so we get in there and like I was so nervous. We park, and I ended up getting a freaking parking ticket for parking here, but I was so nervous I didn't even pay attention. So I parked in the wrong place. Anyway, so I walked in, and you know, I can remember like showing the guy my ID and like my hand was shaking. I was so nervous. Thankfully I had a friend with me. I know a lot of friends that like didn't know anyone, didn't have anybody there, and they just went and did it by themselves. They like do the like laps on the outside of the gay club a couple times before they go inside and get the courage. But thankfully I had my friends with me, and she was just like, all right, come on, we're going inside. I was like, okay, well, here we go. So we get inside and kind of scope it out a little bit. I barely remember. For some reason, like the images of like what an actual inside of the gay club looked like are still kind of fuzzy to me, but the usual strobes, the lights going, and you can see the silhouettes of like guys. I remember the first thing I had to do was pee, and I was like, oh, I have got to go to the bathroom. I'm nervous and I just need to pee. So I go into the bathroom, and it's just a trough, literally just a big opening for people to piss in. And I'm just mortified. I see that and I'm like, what if somebody comes in? Like, what if they want to look, what if they try and like look at me or like hit on me or something like that? Literally exactly as I had imagined. I went to go and use the bathroom, and another guy comes up and stands right beside me, and I'm like, hello. The entire trough is open. How about you go down on that end there? The guy was cute. I mean, that wasn't even crossing my mind. I was still just so like out of my comfort zone. And so I remember I was using the bathroom, and I look over and he's like standing right next to me, and he keeps like kind of looking over at my face. I'm like, am I supposed to make conversation? Like, I've used bathrooms before. Why has it never been this awkward before? So I just hurried up and like finished using it, didn't look up, didn't look around, and then used the bathroom and washed my hands like really quickly and just left them wet and walked out of the bathroom. And I got out there and she's like, why are your hands wet? And I was like, I thought I was gonna get raped. It's because I had no experience with really any gay people before at all. I was the only gay kid in my high school whenever I was growing up, so like, you know, I guess I had met a couple guys that like I had done stuff with and stuff like that, but like they weren't openly gay or anything like that. And I didn't have YouTube, so I didn't watch YouTube videos of gay guys, so I didn't know anything about it. So we walked over to the bar to get her a drink because she was old enough to drink at the time. And I remember standing up against the bar were two guys, and they were just making out right there. And I had never felt so comfortable before. Like, this is a place, I couldn't help but stare. I felt like I had to stare because it was just so far-fetched for me. It's not something that I had experienced before. And I stared at them for a second and was like, this is so awesome. Like, these guys are looking around right now, looking over their shoulder to see who's watching them. They're proud of who they are. They're in a comfort zone right here, and they're making out, and they like each other, or they just met each other, it doesn't matter, but they're enjoying it. I was blown away. So from that point on, my friend got a drink. We went over and she and I danced together. I didn't dance with anybody that night. A couple guys that kind of came up and like tried to like dance on me, but I mean, I was just kind of like all up on her, like, oh, protect me. I don't know what to do. It's too uncomfortable. Obviously, you know, you open up after a couple of times of going, you're like willing to dance with strangers and stuff like that. But yeah, my first time, I was just kind of like, let's just listen to the music. Like, hey, nice to meet you. You know, the whole thing. We were getting ready to go, and I was like, it's like 1 in the morning, and I'm about to have to drive 2 hours to take us back, and she's kind of drunk. It's like, so this is gonna be fun. So I was getting ready to walk out, and the bartender that was like super ripped, super hot, shirtless the whole night, like when you walk in, like you look over at the bar because you're like, oh damn, like he's hot. He came up to me and handed me a piece of paper on it with his phone number. And he was like, my name's Jack, call me. And I was like my little 18-year-old heart just like fainted practically, and I was just out of it. So I got to the car and I was so excited, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna text him. And I got there, and I opened up and I saw his phone number, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna text this guy. Like, so I put it in my phone, and I never texted him. Like, I just couldn't do it. Like, I was excited about it, I wanted to talk to him, but I was so scared. And then like 6 months later, something like that, I was like, man, I remember that, but I don't remember that guy's name, that kind of stuff, like, whatever. But still, crazy, right? I didn't even text him. Still, to this day, like, I can remember bits and pieces of that, like the music, the loud thumping. But overall, no one like breached boundaries they shouldn't have breached. No one did anything to me that I felt like really should have made me uncomfortable. And I feel like overall it was an awesome experience that, for that age, made me appreciate who I am and what I like. So if you haven't been to a gay club before, you're young and you're old enough, or maybe you're older and you haven't been just because you haven't thought about it and you want to go, give it a shot. There's not a community that's more welcoming than the gay community. Yes, people are shallow, and it's really annoying, and that they won't talk to you because you're not like an 8 out of 10 in their eyes or something like that. Screw those people. There'll be people out there that'll talk to you. The generations before mine have paved this beautiful road with so many open doors and so many smiling faces that it's impossible to feel left out if you just go out and get yourself involved. And that was then. Literally now it's even better. I mean, just, I can go to a new city and go to a gay bar or a gay club and make a friend, no problem. I'm shy, and I know it may not seem like it because I YouTube and stuff like that, but I am an introvert. Kat and I, anytime we go anywhere, both stand in the corner and stand there with our arms crossed. People will talk to you if you talk to them. As long as you try and you make a connection, anyone can come up and walk up to me and talk to me, and I love conversation. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you look like. I hate when people say that. It's like, oh, you're pretty, so you probably wouldn't talk to me at the gay club. What do you mean? Like, I've talked to anybody. Yeah, some people go to the gay club to find hookups, and they only look for people who look exactly like them, which is so annoying, but no, it's a gay club, it's a gay community. Be a community, talk to other people. For those younger guys that an old guy comes up and talks to them and then they like push them away and say, no, I'm not interested or something like that. Those are the people that pave the way for you. Like, talk to them. No, okay, they don't expect you to have sex with them. Like, hear their stories, hear what they've learned. So annoying. Go to a gay club, be welcoming, and be welcomed. Best advice. So, I'm curious about other people's gay club first experiences. Mine wasn't that crazy. I don't have any like crazy sex stories or anything like that, but I mean, some of you probably do. Write your stories down in the comments below. I'm interested to see them. It's snowing in Denver in April, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna watch some TV, hang out with my pup. I don't even know where she is. You can see her. Oh, there she is. You can kind of see. Remember, Q&A questions down below. If you've got anything that you want to ask, no holds barred, guys. Ask whatever you want. Not that I'll answer it, but ask. All my social media is linked down there. Subscribe if you don't already. Like the video. Liking supposedly really helps the video. So if you want to see more of this stuff, like it, because then I can see what to make. You know, like what do you guys like? But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. New video coming out. Remember, never stop learning.